Hello everyone, my name is Diana and
My name is Howard.
so for this episode we are going to touch on a more sophisticated topic. We're going to talk about literature and arts as an alternative way to express our thoughts. So for some it's their getaway from the reality. So we want to know what you guys think about that in simple words. What writing, reading, drawing, or even painting does to you. So comment down below your thoughts on that. So moving on, today we have Muzam and Evangeline. Both are from Arts and Literature Department of English Language Society. And both came looking very sophisticated here. So before we share our opinion on this topic, would you guys like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
My name is Muzam Hakim. You guys can just call me Muzam. And looking forward for today's podcast.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Muzam.
Hi everyone, I'm Evangeline Chong, but you can call me Eva, and I write stories.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to our first question. So what types of literature hit your interest the most? Is it fictional or non-fictional? And why?
For me, it's gotta be fictional because I think it explores almost infinite possibilities when compared to non-fictional, and from there it ideas branches to for readers from writers. It is just widely written nowadays, fictional that is. Although I do find non-fictional as interesting as well. Books such as philosophical works.
Yeah.
I think that those piques my interest as well. But I'm still looking for time to actually start reading non-fictionals. But yeah, for now it's gotta be fictional works for me. Yeah.
That's cool. What about Eva?
It's definitely fictional for me as well. Because I just love stories like a lot. It gives me like what Muzam said, it gives us a whole new perspective towards things. It can be anything. You can do anything with stories. You can just create an entirely different world out of nothing. You can explore a science fiction world where technology is very advanced. You rarely even see mobile phones, and you might even go back into time into ancient China. Where they still have those kind of political intrigue, those concubines, all those issues. So fictional, they give us a lot of exposure as well, not just for entertainment. We go through a lot of issues, what kind of issues the protagonists face, and what kind of relationships they have with their family, with their friends, what kind of conflicts they have. And most importantly, I think for fictional is the world building. World building, especially for fantasy lah, that is.
Wow, that's great. So for me, I guess it's both. Fictional because I just want to get away from the reality and have some books have a cliche answer, right? Okay. But for non-fictional, like self-help books, healing, something like that. Yeah, I love reading those books. So yeah, what do you think about it, Howard? What about you?
So for me, obviously I would choose fictional because from fiction you can create your own fantasies, like what Emma and Muzam beforehand. Because there's sometimes you can imagine that you yourself are the main character in your life, and then you can express it out through maybe you can express it through a novel, or maybe through poem, or maybe something that can let you to express your feeling freely. And from that also you can like imagine yourself have a superpower, or maybe something that you can't achieve in the real world, but you can make it happen in the fictional character that you desire. And let's say like me myself, like I imagine myself have a superpower that can make me 10 times stronger, maybe 10 times faster.
That sounds like Hulk. That sounds like Hulk. Hulk.
Yeah, but that's actually makes me feel that, yeah, made me feel that I actually can believe in myself, because from that fictional character, right, it will help me to motivate myself, and at the same time it will make me achieve the dream that you can never get. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Definitely.
So let's be true. Oh, wait, you want to be Hulk, but at the same time you want to be Flash.
Yeah, I want to be a person that is big and very appearance, but fast. Even
Oh,
faster
yeah.
than Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, Sonic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the blue guy.
Can be anything you want to be.
Oh yes.
So let me ask the second question to the speakers. How does expressing your thoughts and feelings benefit you? Maybe can relate literature. Can we start from Usam first about this question?
Yeah, sure. From a literature perspective, it is of course, in general, it's a good form of expression lah, through writings, right? For example, it helps you, of course, release up your perhaps pent up anger, sadness, feelings, overall. Especially during this COVID times, right? Most of us are just still staying at homes and not really getting that much of a freedom of going outside. I think literature form of expression are really helpful for yourself lah. And another thing I want to point out is that practices independency of someone, because you wouldn't by writing or by drawings, right, works of literature, you wouldn't need to rely on another person physically or perhaps via text or anything. You don't need to wait. It's not like you should not bother people ever. It's just that you don't have to wait for the person to be at the time or to be online, right, to text with you, for example. So yeah, I think that those are some of the benefits that you can gain from expressing your thoughts via literature works. Yeah.
Yeah, what a great sharing from Usam. How about you, Eva?
For me, I think expressing your thoughts itself is a good way, especially in our culture where we tend to suppress our thoughts.
Yeah.
We just don't dare to speak out, and then if you speak out, you get cancelled out or you get criticized, like, why are you so rude, or why do you think this way? And you just begin to feel like, oh, what I do is not right. What I do is, you get the sense of fear, the insecurity, So through literature, you can express yourself in a more freer way, like what Muzam said, because no one's going to criticize you for that. Unless, even if you show it to someone else, it's your work, not theirs. So you don't need to care about them. You just need to fully express yourself and lay yourself honestly on your piece of work. It doesn't have to be writing or poems, short stories. It can be also art, because maybe you're not a very wordy person. You're more of a visual person. You feel that, I like painting, so I paint more vividly, or I paint monotonous. I paint people. I paint anything. It can be anything. So for me, why I write stories, because it's to let out all my stress, because I realized that I write best when I'm very stressed out.
Yeah.
So at the stressed moment, suddenly I will have this kind of really unique ideas coming in, and I wouldn't waste that. Honestly, I would just open up a new draft and write it all down, and that is a way for you to let down your burden. You know, your suffocated thoughts, your suffocated emotions. So that's where I would channel my emotions to.
That's interesting. Wow. Like I have the same case as you are, but I don't do writing. Sorry, but I don't know. It's more like scribbling, I guess. Like scribbling my thoughts on some book. It can be called literature, right?
Yes, yes. It can be anything.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a wide range of arts and literature.
Yeah.
Basically.
But like, in my case, I think they help with emotion control. Like I don't know, you somewhat feel in control, understood, or less emotional, I guess. Like you pour out your emotions and it shows through your art or your writing. And sometimes our feelings might be out of proportion to some situation and you don't know how to respond to what you're feeling. So I think that's where the art comes, the role of arts comes. I did some journaling before, but it didn't really help.
Same for
I
me.
tried doodling some stuff lah. It's okay, I guess. It's
the baby steps to art.
yeah.
Because everything you start with doodling, then you get better and better over time. So
Yeah.
who knows, maybe next year you find that, hey, I can draw something better, and you go back and see, oh, last time I used to just scribble lines or whatever. But look at me now. You
I
never know.
can't wait for that. So yeah.
So yeah, about that, right? I know it's cringe, but to me, right, when I try to, there is some expression that I can't express it through my facial expression, like I can't show it emotionally, but I tend to maybe play a guitar and create some, a lyric related to what did happen to me recently, like maybe a breakup or maybe,
Let's kill this.
yeah, maybe like breakup. Maybe not necessarily you break up with a human being, right? Maybe you are breaking.
Yeah, breaking away from our bad relationships or anything.
Yeah.
Previously, my kittens that like have suddenly dead lah, but and I was so sad that I tried to make a song, but eventually it's make me even more disappointed. So yeah, but from the medium also I can express my feeling. And at the same time I feel so at ease at that time because I managed to express my feeling through the literature. I don't need to make myself look so, I'm sorry to say it here, but make me look so dumb. But I can make it like more sophisticated, like what Diana said before.
Sophisticated.
We can express our feeling, but in a sophisticated way, right?
It doesn't have to be sophisticated. It starts from simple things, actually. Like a simple emotion of sadness, then you just translate it in a form of literature. Like for poet, it's songs. For me, it's stories. For Diana, it's art. For
More like
Hadi,
doodling. Sorry.
for Muzam is poetry.
It's poetry, yeah, for me.
Yeah. So we all have our different ways to express ourselves. Yeah.
Interesting, guys.
So that's why I start to fall in love with literature.
Yay!
So let's just move on to the last question. What are some importance of expressing your thoughts, maybe in literary or your life perspective, perhaps? Maybe we can start from Eva.
In my case, it really opens a door for me, for me to discover that I actually have that talent for writing. Because at first, I just love reading stories, just read and everything. And then at some point, I just felt that, you know, we readers always have this sort of period where we just, hey, I don't like this ending at all. So I started to write my own endings to those stories. So slowly, I began to start my own story one by one, and then it's like, even though it's just 1 or 2 chapters, but at least I made progress. So at that point, I just started to write, and then after that, I had a gap because of exams and, you know, those too much on my plate. Then after my SPM or STPM, I continued back to writing, and I realized that I actually can write better than I think I can. Because I look back to my previous drafts and everything, I just feel that, hey, this is an idea that even my current now wouldn't think of it. That is a specialty that at some stage of your life you can do it, and the future you will look back and feel that, hey, this is what I did before, this is the idea I had before, how come I couldn't think of it now? It's like that kind of, really, you feel that you're not useless, you're not dumb for doing these little things, you know. This is the steps for you to improve yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is for me. So even now, I started to venture a bit more into a writing app. Is a interactive app where I need to code and stuff, and I publish 3 of my stories there. So, and I have my own readers, and then I'm just glad that I actually took the step out to actually publish it, because most of us who write or make art, we don't really want to show it to others. We have this insecurity that what if someone else don't like it as much as I do, and then when they criticize me, I will feel even more down. That was my mindset that time. But you know, when you put it out there, the right people will come to appreciate your work. You don't have to feel hey, no one's gonna care about my work. But honestly, there will be people who with a similar interest as you are. So that's from me.
So after this, can you give me the link?
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you Eva for your sharing. So how about you, Musab? What is your opinion regarding this question?
For importance of expressing your thoughts, for me, it's pretty much very related with what Eva said earlier. I think it helps your personal growth. It does help open new doors for you. For maybe not everyone, but there's definitely people who will benefit from this. For example, I started writing a few years back. Actually, I started around 2019, I think, and it was actually quite late. But it just, for me, it just shows that it's never too late to try something new. I believe that everyone should try it out, to try everything at least once in their lifetime, you know. Perhaps you will discover your affinity in that area. You might discover your hidden talents, and that you might actually be able to do something with these talents, right? As per what Eva said, hey, I'm actually good at this. What I wrote way before was actually kind of good, right? So I should be pursuing this path. So yeah, I think it's something that people should try out, and it helps your personal growth, of course, like I said, so that you keep on growing, you keep on moving forward. You know, life is always just about continuing to grow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, life motivation right there.
Welcome to the talk.
Yeah, I do believe that from the literature, right, like what the both you said, that it gives us a new door and also an opportunity to discover the alter ego of ourselves, right? Maybe we didn't realize that we have other talents, right? So from this literature, so it will help us to discover our own talents. So yeah, that's great sharing from both of you. So maybe can you guys, Musab and Eva, talk about the recent project that I heard that is Red Ink. Is that right? The Red Ink ELS, right?
Yes, correct. The Red Ink ELS.
Can you guys talk a little bit about this project, and maybe it is a platform that where we can open a new door, Musab? Maybe.
Yes, I like what you did there. So the Red Ink ELS is a platform that the Arts and Literature Department of ELS has prepared for those interested, for artists or any public members who are interested to submit their works of poetry, short stories, artworks, or any form of literature, even performing arts such as dancing or singing or covers, which Howard might be interested in. Basically it is open for everyone and everyone can submit there. We also have Theme of the Month, where we set certain themes for a month, and it's totally up to you to follow that or not, but yeah, it's a form of prompt that we prepared to give birth to new ideas. Yeah. Anything you want to add on, Eva?
Follow our Instagram at the Red Ink ELS.
Already done.
Follow, guys.
So we post all our submissions there. So if you submit to us, we will definitely post it. So in case you don't know what to submit, you don't know what to write, don't worry, we have you covered. We have, like what Muzam said, we have the Theme of the Month. And for this month, we won't have one because we're still continuing the submissions from previous month. But we will have a new theme in December. Yeah, so look forward to it.
All right, so that's it for today's podcast. I hope you guys had an amazing, relaxed day. Thank you for our lovely guests here, Muzam and Eva, who had pushed aside their hectic day for us. And as always, subscribe. Don't forget to turn off your notification, like for more podcasts and content from us. For now, bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.